you guys, I know this Valentine's Day everyone's going to want to look fierce and fabulous, so I'm going to show you how to get this edgy Valentine's Day hair. So let's get started. First up, I'm going to start on some stretched out old hair. It's not super dirty, but it's just really stretched out. So what we're going to want to do is detangle as much as we can and get some of those knots out of our hair. For a general parting, I use my eyebrows as a guide. So I put my rat tail comb at where my arch is, and then I make the part there. This is gonna help me to get better symmetry for that puff that we're gonna have in the center of our heads. We're going to want to take that part straight back, all the way back to the back of the head, like you're going to make a mohawk type of part. And so we're going to have all this hair bunched up in the center, and the two sides are what we're going to use to make our flat twists. Make sure the style is smooth and seamless. We're going to want to spray our hair with some water, just a little bit of spritz, and I'm going to want to finger detangle as much as I can, again just to get any knots out. And I'm going to use my Denman brush. I modified my Denman brush just to get some smoothness in this hair. I'm having a mini jam session here singing one of Beyonce's songs. I think this was XO. I love that song, by the way. Anyway, so for styling cream, I'm using Dr. Miracle's Curl Care Soft Hold Cream. You can use whatever styling cream you want. I like this one because it's really light and it also really defines my curls, and it's sulfate and paraben free for those of you that don't like sulfates and parabens. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a flat twist on the side of my head, and this is going to go all the way back like you're making a cornrow braid all the way back. You can actually braid your hair if you prefer, but I find twists to be a whole lot easier. Mini jam session again. Again, this is going to go all the way back to the head. As you get to the end of the twist, make sure to wrap the twist around your finger. Just give it a little twirl so that it can have a beautiful curl and spring once it dries. I bobby pinned the base of that flat twist to my head so that it can not puff up at the bottom there. So I'm gonna just speed up and show you guys how I did the other side. So to tackle the center of the head, I'm going to split my hair into about 4 sections just to make it a little bit more workable. going to do is split that section in half. Once that section is split in half, I'm going to detangle that section, put on the styling cream, and then I'm going to make a flat twist to the base of my head and twist this up. And make a bantu knot out of it. Now why I'm flat twisting is because once this dries and I take this down, it's going to give me volume, which is exactly what I want. You can tease your hair if you like to achieve volume, but this is how I'm going to achieve volume with this style. So continue to make flat twists and bantu knots as you go straight up towards the front of this mohawk in the middle of our heads. All the flat twisted bantu knots, I am going to put on my satin cap for the night and head off to bed. Alright, so it's the next morning and I have slept on this and it is time to take these bantu knots out. I just want to show you what it looks like in the back. I made sure and stretched out those two flat twists that were on the side of my head. I pinned them to the separate sides of my head just to stretch them out a little bit so they wouldn't bunch up. And that's what they look like, all nice and stretched out. And I'm going to take down all those bantu knots that I made the night before. Once I've taken down all those bantu knots, I am going to separate those twists, and then I'm just going to separate any of this hair that looks uniform. So I'm going to take out all that base, everything, any twist I made in my head is going to come apart, and I'm going to separate those curls to get that volume that I want. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to separate the hair again, just like we did when we were going to make those bantu knots, and I'm going to give it one little twist, making a like mini pompadour at the top. There's the twist, little mini pompadour, and I'm going to pin this to my head using some bobby pins. Make sure it's bobby pins with a little ball at the ends so that you don't snag and damage your hair. So I'm going to make a second pompadour, not too high. I'm taking hair from either side of my head and bringing it over, crossing it over to the next side, pushing it up a little bit, and then pinning that to my head. We're going to do this at least one more time. my last pompadour here with some pins, and you should have some loose hair in the back with a lot of curlies. Now to slick down my edges in the front, I'm going to be using the Curls Passion Fruit Curl Control Paste. I love this because it doesn't give you that hard, crunchy slickness. Like, it looks like I just put some water in my hair and brushed it. It's a very nice soft hold in my opinion, and I really love how natural it looks. So I'm just using my hair toothbrush to pull out some baby hairs and to make sure this is nice and smooth. Now, if you don't want loose hair on your back, all you have to do is twist up that end. Just give it one twist or two twists if you want, and tuck it under itself, and then pin that together, just to make sure that your hair isn't rubbing on your clothes. Alright you guys, that is it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section what you think of this hairstyle. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing if you have. Bye!